afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only master propaganda hero of like defender of the fatherland of it 2v2 on Elst, outskirts, north it is Caumoh, and tactically irrelevant. Finding here for British American Task Force, US 45th Infantry Division supporting the British 6th Armoured. In the south it is RedLTB and Air&Sea. Finding here for the German Army, Deutschland here with the 26th Panzerjaeger. We're off, we got Air&Sea Advanced Infantry versus Panzerjaeger and Terror. How will this match turn out? We'll have to see. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast. Helps keeping all these videos possible, and a big thanks to commenting and liking on them as well. Really big help with the YouTube algorithms getting the propaganda further. So, Jeeps and Dingoes versus Bikes and no Kitten Creds. We've got Trill Pioneers and U4 to the area, so of course that's gone here for the ambush machine guns. South Pioneers poking forwards there with the MP40s, the Maschinenpistole 40. Actual Pioneers would typically equip more like a regular infantry division, regular grenadiers, but they would typically have flamethrowers as part of them. That's sort of the main different thing. There you go, Jeep and leading loose the Pioneers here. Already, of course, looking to sort of stop any attempt here. Same, we got the back pushing forwards there. Further up north, German troops are slowly poking ahead as well here. So, already some fierce fighting scout keeping clashing with the German Pioneers here. Shots being blazed off here. The Pioneers are definitely going to lose here at long range. Indy 42 team, though, might of course be able to change them. We've got second Indy 40 different areas. Definitely looking to leverage the ambush machine gun ability. Second, or a round for tactically relevant. And a second section, though, for Caumoh. So, Allied infantry still around to the scene here as German infantry are around one half of the scene. One more pressure in the center. We got the Dingo, though, forcing off here some forces in the east. So there's a lot going on here. Section flanking behind RedLTB. Savvy play there, I think, by Caumoh. In fact, we see that RedLTB managed to kind of wedge in between two of the players here. So, definitely more risky here for RedLTB. I think he's realizing the area there and actually deploying a bit more. In the south, though, Ares kind of exploits the fact that, you know, RedLTB is slightly caught in a bit awkward position. I mean, his opponent, the US player, their tactical relevant, is a bit more staggered out here. So, there's a bit more room there to, like, maybe make some games there. So, as long as, you know, for some RedLTB doesn't, like, represent him to take heavy losses, like, already lost the fight, for example, you know, it might be able to work out there. Once they push back, another section will have been got artillery called in by the Brits, making any attempts to like establish foothold here with RedLTB very painful, very tactically relevant. Chinese control machinery positioning, trying to set up a more in-depth defense or the circular defense, but this also means the southern fuel point is open, tactically relevant, does something very tactically relevant, and actually goes for it with the scout, just thumbs up. We have some grenadiers out there for areas, not just all enemy photos, assault rifles for RedLTB, mortars for tactically relevant, I mean, makes sense if all the machine guns out. Luftwaffe company for areas, not something that really is going to fall into the greatest surprises in history. There you go, mortar out. We do get the platoon command post here for Caumoh. Thumbs up. So that's several players already managed to take out their assault grenadiers almost done for RedLTB. The Sturm Grenadier with the Maschinenpistole 40, corresponding strike as well. Allies really turn the tables here. Ares' plan here obviously having some notable weaknesses here that the Allies have aggressively exploited. Thumbs up to the Allied players here. Nice and savvy. Do get infantry in it, but it's simply put too late here. That machine gun here to then sort of catch the Americans in a bit of a pincer. It's not going to be necessarily easy, particularly with the mortar there. You almost got the info to what Pioneers rushing in. Should be able to recruit just in case. So yeah, it's going to have to sacrifice the Pioneers because the Grenadiers are basically on the southern field point. So he has otherwise no units to really recruit that. So definitely highlighting also a bit the issue of relying too much on just Pioneers and the 32s. Ambulance for RedLTB, mechanized support center there for tactically irrelevant.
The victory point is under enemy control now.
And up north here, not much out of the Brits except some infantry training. Always a good upgrade. You've got like any number of infantry units.
They pushed
The
us off
thumbs
a
up with
sector.
Caumoh.
Rangers are available to take
Ambulance
the field.
almost done. Rangers being ready for tactically irrelevant. They can become very tactically relevant to the point you might have to wonder if he's going to get sued for false advertising. 2-1 there for Ares. We also got interrogation up.
Rangers, see you now.
Very, in some regards, meta play there, Ares.
Skies are clear. Heading to target.
Nothing that won't surprises you in there. Good to have some Rangers out here for tactically relevant. Weapons being dropped down. Finally got the Jeep over the Panzerfast one. A minor victory for the German army, but something to boost them around nonetheless. Command's been ready for Caumoh. Whatever goes for those on the LMD ones, if at all.
Bingo fuel here. Heading back
We've
to
got the
base.
Rangers streaming in there with their Thompson submachine guns.
Concentrate.
He's there. Cut-off point again being hit. As RedLTB is seemingly not able to offer much protection here in terms of like the map control. So definitely some issues there for the German army that
Must take it
arguably needs to, I think, be resolved pretty quickly. ND42 wipe again. And this time around, to make things worse, there's not a lot of German use runs like keep campaigning on. We get to one. Till it's right there for the Brits, hit their own units. Small win, but nonetheless, the issue is here. The ND42 is being blocked by the infantry section. We've got commanders dropping in here, which might have run into the the armored couple wiping out machine ship. No, looks like he is in to wipe today. Might even score section wipe with 2 here. That would certainly be very helpful there for the Germans if Ares can get those wipes. And the 2-1 is definitely quite handy with that. That's actually one of the reasons the 2-1 is so popular. It's pretty decent as one of those wipe and retreating units. Not amazing at it like Gibberman, but it gets the job done fairly consistently. But need to get that machine into hands of the Axis forces. Unfortunately, RedLTB base is not full up, taking back here with the ambulance, meaning American forces instead of crap the U-42 there, denying it to the Germans. Not ideal there. We got some Jaegers ready here though for Ares. Bunkers as well for them. Always a good upgrade to have.
We have infantry standing by, Commander.
Still need to get the cut-off points, get fuel points. Also needs to like push up north. It feels like RedLTB base here is, I think, playing too supportively, like or he's too focused in the center.
Riflemen are ready.
Like he's playing more like a hanger-on than like in an actual active combat in this match. It feels like at times. Like he's more focused on supporting, like being in junction. That's not necessarily bad if you can like make it really work, but at the same time, do too much, you just leave like half the map there in the opponent's hands without them really having to work for it, which I wouldn't call exactly ideal either. I do think RedLTB basically needs to sneak in some units up north here, at least harass, maybe try and draw away some, units from the allies away from the center, for example. Because the more he just like keeps fighting around here, easy again it becomes just to focus on everything as well for the enemy, rather than split them up then maybe
They've captured a victory point.
Machine here that I'm using the Germans 2-1 rushing in.
Reports of enemy movement. Your
Port
victory
elements,
point.
unsurprisingly out of areas, going to be Vivervins there. Panzerpaniers wiped out. Another single hit in the German army. Almost got the Dinger though.
Point has fallen into enemy control.
Got it.
Sector
So
one.
they're causing problems for Brazil. Trying to clear the way from the Allied forces. It's not going too smoothly here. Panzer withdrawing. Find some action in the north, actually from Ares. I suppose good work by Ares, though, of course, and also like this to since his attention now has got folks in the south and the north, which is going to be quite a bit of distance he has to like cover and keep track of in his head. So, not necessarily something I recommend to the average player. So not something I recommend trying as a new player. So that is worth keeping in mind. I didn't have to almost done there for red. And of course add some potential checks in down the road to this bad upgrade. He's got the munitions for it. Meanwhile, Ares bringing out MU42 definitely wants to leverage that ambush machine gun with firepower. And swinging with bazookas, flamethrowers. Machine hanging back. 250, kaput. And the entire unit inside got wiped. Those are the Panzerjaegers. That was painful. Cut-off point once more struck there. Another good push there by the Allies, leaving the Germans once more a bit discombobulated. In a mess. Counterattacks happening there though for Ares and his Jaegers. May want to reposition the machine gun a bit there, just as it becomes to like easy to like predict where it is in flank, just by artillery at. Keep running against a mortar, so even the machine gun parked in one spot, in with ambush, is basically tempting the opponent and tempting fate. In this case, the opponent doesn't quite seem to have struck. Put onto it though, and what sense of enemy into also fire drops there for Tactically relevant. He brings in a second Ranger squad here. Up north, bit moving once more from RedLTB base. Butterfly bombs ready. Cut-off point for the umpteenth time being captured by German troops. And they're going for into trouble as the 2-1 rushes in. Also, my two beacons there being used to try and halt, at least slow down the German advance. And there's up to Tactically relevant as well. That one. Up north, the commander section have become. Pushed up RedLTB base. So finally remembers the north side of the map is actually a place that exists. And not just tall tales from his grandfather. Northern points are being snatched up. Second Jaegers already here for Ares. Not surprised to get another Panzerjaeger out of that. It's been caught here and I'll keep push back. Again, in the cut, this time it's the Germans were somewhat ready, needed got some interrogation right in front of the rest of the unit, which seems rather aggressive. Oh, got the jinx, Gavin! Oh no, not Gavin! He'll talk! Not Gavin! South side there, we got Rangers moving in there, looking to flank in. At least he did reposition it, by the way. Thumbs up there to Ares. Flak Panzer few people on the way there. Section in trouble here. German team staging something in comeback. They're behind victory points. Casual ones are definitely, catching up. Rangers there. Again, have to push the machine gun. The flank was a lot less effective than just a single unit. Company command post for Caumoh. Tactically irrelevant. Not seen too much out of. Decided to get the Rangers and the supply drop for them.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
Could at this stage I think consider taking up beginning to push for tanks, and they're good tank depot for tactically irrelevant. I think this leaves the Germans
Claimed by the enemy.
as neither of the two players have yet to start taking up. Of course, in the case of Ares for the Viblins, that's not going to happen anytime soon. In fact, it's like going to be over-communicated Viblins, so be careful. This RedLTB base he can take up. Some syndicate net that with heavy automatic fire completely demolished, evaporated even. Got some heavy fighting here. Panzer beginning out, we've got the tank depot, we've got the Panzer and the commander from right into the base. They're firing in the flak Panzer here to grab the centre victory point. Tank depot almost down there for tactically irrelevant. Both he and Caumoh, you have to do too much with the battle group choices. Caumoh's floating 6 command points.
Designate assault positions at will, Commander. We have a
there you go.
Of command points.
Tank depot ready there for tactically irrelevant. Foot guards for Caumoh. And the flak Panzer for Ares. Great was the infantry, great was aircraft, light vehicles, but will fall notably short against tanks. Because with the arrival of the company command post, it's not too far off. And of course, active enemy is not too far for Shermans either, so definitely some growing problems there for Ares' fleet of flak Panzers. North of RedLTB base continues to actually show some map control here, not matching to the dismay of the Allies. Depending on the way for Ares' Luftwaffe Company. These veterans running better experience games for the Jaegers and the flak Panzers. solid upgrade.
Sons of bitches are excited.
Territory point is no
Rangers are
longer
drawing
under
a
our
wee bit.
control.
Green Jaegers with the flak panzers.
Enemy CP in sight.
Rangers are getting absolutely perforated with heavy automatic fire. Tactical relevant, bringing the M18 Hellcat, smoke the CoH3 trying to mess with the Germans. Advance to the centre, though. In what way they are not
Victory
entirely
point is under
sure.
enemy control now.
I think the smoke was a bit too late there. Loading by Vex from the mortar, thumbs up into tactically irrelevant. Caumoh's forces have seen better days, and there's definitely some more units relatively fast. Straight ahead here. Black Panzers, Pioneers moving in here.
Red tails on the way.
Germans are also taking the Allies in terms of infantry casualties. And Air's got a bigger force on the opponent.
Don't say we never give you nothing.
Almost got the machine here. And he gets it. Before you cleared up, we got Rifleman with a Browning there, plus slip service causing some problems.
Bingo fuel
Still,
is and back to
Ares does successfully reclaim Indy 42 from the hands of the Americans. The 40th foot got to consider support, making a push here as the commandos to up the northern field point there. Cheeky play there by Caumoh's southern field point reclaimed it by the German army. Machine gun team there ready in position. There we go. So tank here for Caumoh, but first flak panzer already been knocked out. Oh, very much short against the might of the M18 Hellcat. Caumoh, though, continuing to not do much else from his battle group, except call in that one section of commandos. Red leader, though, moves ahead for armored reserves. Not dilly-dallying on that one. No tools that it seem, just straight on to the biggest tanks he can get his hands on. Jaegers are forced back here by a double-ranged push. Bazookas, flamethrowers there. Absolute overcoming the German infantry there. Flak panzers being knocked up. The advancing Rangers. Be quite devastating if Ares and the German army to lose both flak panzers. We got another one on the way here, so Ares certainly won't be taken up for the Panzer Company any time soon. Could be significant for the Alps. We've got butterfly bombs here that fog RedLTB up north here. Can't come in a bit of an awkward spot. Succeeds to pull some top. Commander. There you go.
Advanced weapon training will be rolled out to Rangers.
Advanced training there for the Rangers so they can handle their guns more democratically.
All done.
1973 to 248.
Orders complete. Standing by.
Crusader withdrawing in for Caumoh. Looking the devil out of there. Getting some S1. I've got much for as well there. South side areas moving forward with this flak panzer. This armored car. Minnesota. American artillery is causing havoc amongst the lines of his infantry, but there go charging with the flak panzers. We've got 364 versus 248. Multi flak panzer got the Crusader racing in here with 2-pounder gun S-mines, but butterfly bombing us ruined here. Almost had the flak feeling half track, but something here holds back Caumoh from pursuing and finishing off here. Getting concerned about anti-tank gun, which in this case would sort of be valid. On the centre, Ares flak panzer next with heavy automatic fire gun, automatic Hellcat fire. Got racing against the Jaegers, catching the bad position. Got silly called in here as well. Squeezing Ares just a wee bit here. Forcing him to slightly withdraw towards the cutoff point and abandoning the centre victor point of the Allies for now. Of course, he could plan to launch a counterattack, maybe try and sort of outmaneuver tactically relevant, but instead, Ares seems to just go for the battle and assault.
Reinstating Rangers, see you now.
Third round pulled up each of the Ranger squad. Definitely going harder than the Rangers, where they don't see too often. Of course, just to see it from time to time. charge from Hellcat in this case. Went a bit too far, he got hit with the Panzer Trains, might lose it. German forces just with the head here, flanks and kind of starting again up north Caumoh, though exploring the fact that correctly it's the base from through here. Quickly gobble up the north side, thumbs up there to Caumoh. And we got some more stuff called in here. Relevant. I think its designated assault position is activated. Wow, you don't see that ability too often. And up Panther 4 here from RedLTB base going in hard. Getting an tank range right in front of the enemy 6-pounder gun is pretty devastating for the Panther 4. He's going to have to get very lucky. And holy smokes, he did get lucky, but not lucky enough against the Crusader, which knocks out the Panther 4, leaving RedLTB base short of Panther 4 almost as soon as he got it. Big win here for the Allies tactics. I mean, they're basically RedLTB base is going to be like easy for more tanks and certainly bigger tanks. Crusader down though, but even then, it's still a pretty decent trade-off here for the Brits, as the Crusader is cheaper than the Panther 4. That was rather harsh there. Actually, with the various bonuses, 19, just important, been a bit cheaper than the Crusader itself, so it's not good. Ace armored car there with the 223 upgrade, then upgrade to Aries. Assuming Ares probably is not setting up for the King Tiger, it's going to take a while to put the Marder around, but it is already taking a lot of damage.
Infantry standing by, Commander.
With damage engine in, no health left already almost. Nothing great there for Ares is the Marder plan. M here.
Our opponent has fallen to 200 points.
In fact, a variety of Marders in the German army. You have the Marder 2 based off the Pens, you get the Marder 1 based off a variety of French tanks and tractors.
Ready to assign an assault position at your command.
Of course, nowadays you have the Marder infantry fighting big. Fun. There you go, Rangers overcome, machine gun reclaimed here in the name of Deutschland. We got 358
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Ace assault command is that is definitely impressive. So those feel like too much, extra health. More accuracy in MP40s, which like a 30% is a pretty good boost, plus the ability to recharge faster and stuff like that. Some potential here to cause panic events. The Americans. South side, tactical element seems to not really have much of a presence. But with most of his Rangers being right, actually all of his Rangers being back at base, plus Bravo 4 there. Apparently did not transfer into Rangers. And there you go, we got more supply drops, we got another Crusader for the Brits.
Supply run complete, get the hell out of here!
Germans can bet out the victory points once more.
Commander, we've lost a sector.
S-mines there out of Red leader to base. Not entirely sure this is going to be the most meaningful setup for it, but for now, I think there's concern like, trying to to a point of retreat from the point, there's some artillery here, this could actually cause
The victory point is under attack. We must act.
I mean, we'll have to see. It could really be like absolutely critical for this match actually
You have
game,
command
but
points ready to spend.
I'm not sure about that personally. South sent the Rascal trying to push a bit further ahead, but the flak punch already caught them, cut them down there. Further more here, British infantry trying to keep the German advance at bay, but they are outnumbered, they are outgunned. Good guns are not giving up. You've got flares with the Crusader team going in. Commanders begin as well with their Mark II acid stem guns. Which of course the veterans in training can do some at the beginning of the infantry. 5648. Rangers getting perforated behind heavy cover there, and an absolute storm of heavy automatic fire in the poor devils aggressively suppressed. And finally, tactical realize they're going to be tactically relevant if he doesn't retreat them.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Up north, the Allied force will look to regain here. They got 42, there's 148. Not competing against the Germans. Allies are doing the best of the triple cab in here. You got more Hellcats on the way for tactical relevant or tank. As for Caumoh, not seeing too much else out of him at the moment. 42, 48.
We have a Hellcat reporting for duty.
Get that newbie somewhere
There
where
you
he
go,
can
Hellcat ready. See the sappers at it. Between 42 on 38. We've got an artillery radio beacon on the way. Full tactical development, trying to cross in with even more ample free all-American artillery against the Germanic hordes. Ares ever slowly they're marching towards the King Tiger. He's almost there in terms of resources. I mean, manpower with this. Fuel-wise, a bit more. Command points-wise, also a bit more from calling the mighty King Tiger.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
342 versus 121. Gap continues to grow here.
A victory point is under enemy control now.
They're advancing up north. We've got grenades all flashing the foot guards out in the open here.
Assault position assigned. Take that location.
And that one's called that attack sector. Those ones called there. Rangers moving one direction, Rangers in the other. Jaegers in the other. Black and Daunty about to get. Yes, got one of the bazookas. More Crusaders finally happening for Caumoh. Thumbs up. Assault got pretty much the building's now locked all of a sudden. Ares there should be able to call in the King Tiger by now. Not entirely sure what's holding him back. Maybe he's just too focused on what happened on the front line. To the point he just forgets that, oh yeah, he can call in the King Tiger.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
Probably just start, doing that. Resources at a time when the match is getting in many ways pushed against them. Command areas. There we go. Königstiger has arrived. Tiger 2, so then from the 5th and 8th Schwerer Panzerabteilung.
We need to use a munitions point. Is being attacked.
Got the Hellcats running in here. They've got a time taker for these basically a total of 2 Tigers. One Tiger 1, one Tiger 2. After that takes a smash hit from the Tiger. I still have a victory point lead, but in other respects things are going a bit pear-shaped here. What with the Tiger 1 and soon the King Tiger about to hit them. Now rolling in with the Königstiger. In trouble.
Ready to assign an assault position at your command.
There go King Tiger linking up with the Tiger 1. Got a recce section. About to do some pretty terminal reconnaissance on their own part if they're not careful. 600 quickly cleared up, grenades falling up with the Grenadier. Trying to make it hard for the section to grab it. They do grab it nonetheless. King Tiger in full optic to destroy it here. Nearly got just between, I think, by Ares. South side, lightly defended Allied force to flank up behind the Germans here, cause some problems. In 2406. But I believe the Germans seem to, at one point, Garden now seems to be slowly
Assault position
eroding here.
Push the attack.
We need to do something about this sooner rather than later.
They only have 100 points.
American Base pushing under the cover of smoke here. Lot of bazookas here. What King Tiger does have not do normal damage.
They've captured a victory.
Blank in here, I think he's trying to do some damage for there. We got Whites as well here out of Caumoh. Tiger's in trouble. Panzerjaeger is in deep trouble. Got some Rangers trouble as well. Let's keep fighting. King Tiger under half health. Most of just from Rangers bazooka fire. Add upgrades to that.
We have command points.
Oh dear, something exploded. Oh, that was a flak panzer. Just something that's like, the King Tiger there get covered up with it. I'll wait a bit to see there. Another Hellcat, but tactically irrelevant. The other forces are getting aggressively push back here. Take some nice losses. The north and south side, though, once will continue to be forgotten as both sides end up suffering from a fairly aggressive time there. Another run of loiters here, almost at the Tiger one. Regus looking aggressively scorched there.
Now. Germans down to 75 points.
74 points left. 73. $70. 69. 68. Tick tock goes the clock. We got something in it. Crusader 9425. RedLTB finding himself as more ground though. He's getting support here from Ares' Königsjäger. A hell of a hit there to the side of the turret. Oh. 324 to 59. Building there collapsed. Testing it. Oh, that was what missed the Tiger one arriving though. Got that 6 tanks though. Got Hellcats sitting up ahead in the side of the Tiger tank, causing RedLTB some problems here. 51. Tiger at 22.
Only 50 points left.
Less than 50 points left. Access Force needed some drastic work here, I think. S-Mine launch here, thumbs up. The S-Mine launch was something most of the early Tiger models they end up fairly quick, I think, discontinuing it. But it was like, I think, try like that. S-Mine launch on the side to protect the corners. Later we range less needed, but we need by Tiger and Slafford. There's sort of a grenade launch that's mounted on the roof. Slot, just seems like a slot up there. Blank. Just like sport players or faculty. Range towards 30. Black Panzer again for Ares. Jäger's been sent into a meat grinder here. There's an absolute slaughterhouse. 24 points left. Rapidly being out here for the Germans. Despite all that heavy armor, they seem unable to like really leverage it in a manner that is conducive to them actually winning this. There's 18, 17 points, 4 years to be brought up with Ares. That's fast and helping them for flank here. Going for the front, air go direct hit from themselves with several hits, in fact. Pushing down to half up in the magic moments. Hellcats by his feet. Another great hit. We do get the Type 1 arriving. Even with the damage ending, the crew pushes forwards. Jorgen, get in, sir! So now it's going to be upset. And there we go. King Tiger down. Smashing blow there to Ares. 7 points left at this point. I do think it might just be GG short of divine intervention. 5 points left. Halt at 4. But will the Germans be able to like do much with this like respite report? I think that's a great question. We'll have to see. British is definitely looking to answer that. More Jaegers first. He's just churning them out now. He's just churning out Jaegers. There you go. Rangers towards the Panzers off the southern point. Moving in the Ralph point, and those Rangers quickly on to the next engagement. North, we finding the northern point also happening here.
Position assigned. Take that location.
The Rangers coming up here. Allied armor move here, sending utterly running particularly proud of the two Rangers squads here. Jaegers absolutely no match. We've got the Titan tank. They're able to provide support, but it's just not enough against all the armor here. And the Rangers, that allied force can bring the bear. He even ignores the Jaegers effectively just to take out the Tiger tank. Rangers push back, but it's actually a throw here by the outside. This is losing so much here on the center and just one headless assault. Holy smokes. It's just not. Yeah, even with that absolute like just or assault they pull through, they are narrowly gaining victory there. But they, I think had things got on there for much longer like that, they probably could have thrown the entire match. It really is not ideal. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. This is Imperial Nation. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye everyone.